Welcome to Manifested Publishers.
Hello learners, my name is Stephen Kariungi. Welcome to today's lesson. We are continuing with the topic of transport in plants and animals, and specifically we are looking at the stem. So today we are going to look at the various tissues that make the stem. So the heading is the stem. And we can start by saying that the stem has the following tissues. Number one, the outermost tissue is the epidermis. It's the epidermis, and this is the outermost layer of cells that cover the stem. And this particular tissue is mainly for protection. It's made of a single layer of cells that protect the inner tissues from mechanical damage or physical damage. Also prevents excessive loss of water through transpiration and other processes, and so on and so forth. So basically, we can say that the epidermis is a single layer of cells forming the outermost part of the stem. The function number one, or A, it protects internal tissues against mechanical damage. Also prevents excessive loss of water. And this is due to the presence of cuticle, or the presence of a waxy and waterproof cuticle. So basically those are the main functions of the epidermis. Number two, underneath the epidermis we have the cortex, just like we saw the cortex of the root. And the cortex of the stem is made up of a number of layers of tissues. For example, we have collenchyma tissue, we have parenchyma, and we have the sclerenchyma. So those are the main parts that make the cortex of the stem. So the cortex of the stem is differentiated. It's differentiated into different layers or different tissues. So you can say that so we'll start with the first one, which is collenchyma. And this is found beneath the epidermis. and it is the collenchyma is thickened with cellulose and pectin. It's thickened with cellulose. Cellulose is a carbohydrate, and pectin deposits, and therefore acts as a strengthening tissue. Is a strengthening tissue. So that is because the walls are thickened by cellulose and pectin deposits. Then you go to the next layer, that is the parenchyma. That's just underneath the collenchyma. The parenchyma, just like we saw it in the stem, no, in the root, it's made up of loosely packed cells for storage. So this one is mainly for storage. However, it has another function in that when the parenchyma cells gain water and they become turgid, they also provide support. So turgidity of parenchyma cells, that is when the parenchyma cells gain water, brings about support. In herbaceous plants. The herbs, those plants that do not have very many strengthening tissues. Then we have the sclerenchyma. This one is just beneath the parenchyma, and this is made of cells thickened with lignin. This is made of cells that are thickened with lignin, also to provide support. So basically, we are saying that is a strengthening tissue. So that is as far as the cortex is concerned. Then after the cortex, we look at the vascular bundles. And just like we learned about the vascular bundles in the root, they have the same function. That is xylem and the phloem. Xylem for the transportation of water and mineral salts, and the phloem transports manufactured food. So that one does not change. So the xylem of the stem and the xylem of the root, they function the same way. In fact, the xylem of the stem is continuous with the xylem of the root. So we are saying that the xylem transports water and mineral salts, while the phloem transports manufactured food. So that is basically about the tissues that make the stem. There's one more. Sorry, I've not mentioned it. We have the pith, which is the innermost. So you have the pith, and this is the innermost layer of the stem. It is made of parenchyma cells, just like the ones that we have seen in the cortex. For storage. And it's also worth mentioning that in some stems, it is absent. It is absent. So it's not in all stems where we have the pith. It's only found in some stems, especially the dicotyledonous stem. So we are going to have an assignment on this. So the first question in the assignment, state the functions of the following tissues in the stem. Number 1 is parenchyma, B, collenchyma, C, sclerenchyma. And then question number 2, explain why xylem is referred to as a mechanical tissue. So we'll stop there. Until next time, goodbye.